I really love those jumpers, those like 3/4 zipper jumpers. You see like companies like Patagonia making them, people wear them on hikes, and there's like a bit of a revival of like those 90s jumpers, like the really colourful 90s jumpers that your parents are dressing in when you're a kid. That is the vibe that I'm kind of going to be going for in this video. Hello, it's Steph from the future. So when I filmed this intro, it was a few weeks back when I first started the jumper. That's the way I always like to work in a project, is as I'm starting it, I like to do the intro so I can kind of get my thoughts beforehand. I kind of like to work in the moment. But part of the video, at that point, I hadn't hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So I had this whole part of the video where I was like saying, like, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. And I've hit it by March. It's like absolutely insane. I started doing videos back in November just showing the process of my sponsored crochet for bone cancer research. And I thought that would be like a really nice way of just showing the people who were sponsoring me where I was up to. So I have actually hit 1,000 subscribers. I just want to say a huge thank you to every single person that subscribed to my channel. It means so much, more than you'll ever know. And if you like crochet, if you like crafting, if you like going through old retro crochet books, this is the channel for you. I upload every single Sunday. Go and give us a like and give us a subscribe. So for Christmas, what I got off my parents was 3 balls of this jewelspun sirdar. It's in golden green. I love the jewelspun. I know I go on about it all the time. I absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful. I think it's so good. So that, I'm thinking, is going to make a really beautiful jumper. How I'm envisioning the jumper is the body will be the golden green, the arms will be in the golden green, and the chest and the back will be in a different colour. Now, originally what I was going to do was use this DK that I got in Aldi, the car key that I got in Aldi. But when I'm holding this up, it works, but it's a bit wishy-washy, isn't it? Now, when I went to the Winter Wool Festival up in Blackpool, on the way home, we popped into the Abercamp Fabrics, and they had a panel of the golden green knitted up. And I saw this wool. This is a Hayfield bonus Aran in bottle green. And when I put it up next to the golden green, it was like all of the heavens opened, the angels sang. This was exactly what I wanted. So I ended up buying this. Sadly, they only had 1 ball, so I'm going to have to do an order to buy some more. So I have it for this project, which is not what we wanted to do. We wanted to do wool stash. But when something looks right, you just have to go for it. And I'm not even going to question myself on it. I want it to look right. I want to be able to wear it. I'm getting that wool, okay? Don't question me on it. So the way I'm thinking of working it up is the body bit here is going to be in like a tube. So I'm going to be knitting in the round. Then the chest and like half of the back, the chest, the top part, is going to be made out of 4 panels. The back will be 1 piece. Then the top will be made out of 3 pieces. A strip and then 2 rectangles going up, leaving a gap here because that's where I'm going to stitch the zip into. And then obviously then I'll have like a long rectangle that I can make the collar out of. So that is what I'm thinking, okay? Now, I'm going to plan this all out in my crochet journal, which I'll show you in a moment, so you can kind of get a visual of what I'm trying to explain. And then we'll get started with making the first part, which will be the tube of that body. Okay, so here is my crochet journal. Let's turn to the page where we have our plan out. Right, okay, so this is the plan. This is what I'm thinking. So the body, that is going to be in a tube. Then panel, that's what I'm thinking, is like this is going to be like the first little like bottle green panel. 2 chest panels in this kind of shape. Back panel, and then this is how it's like all kind of gonna go together. Like that's what I'm thinking. So that is the plan. Whether we will stick to this plan, who knows, but that is basically in my head. That is how I'm seeing it. So I have started making that body, that tube in the golden green, and I've just had like this bit of like a realization that when I add the bottle green, I think I'm just going to attach it straight onto the body rather than making the separate panels, because the more I look at it, I'm thinking, right, I've got that like little tiny panel. It's going to be stitched together. I don't think it's going to look right. And I think just joining it onto this is probably going to make more sense. So that is what I'm thinking right now. I'm just loving the way this is working up. I am so happy that I asked for this for Christmas. It is so beautiful. I mean, you can see that like green strand like going over the ball. So pretty. So I am nearly done with the body. Not quite done. I'll probably say about 3/4 of the way through. But how good. So I just had to like stop because right now the light is so nice in the room and all those little bright bits of green are like proper coming out. But I just want to also show you this Aran on this and compare it to the khaki so you can actually see what this actually looks like. Which one looks better? Obviously the Aran, that bottle green just goes so well with all of the colours. I feel like they're having a better conversation rather than the khaki. I feel like the khaki would have worked 100%, but I just feel like the bottle green is so much stronger as a colour. I absolutely love this, and I feel like just getting that wool, and also it's like a new wool. I've never actually used the bonus Aran before, so I'm going to really be excited to try this. So I've finished the first part of the body. So I've been working in the round, so it's the front and the back. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to stop it here, so just below my bust line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working in the green. I absolutely love the way this is turning out. So this has gone 35 rows. And then I'm going to be working up here. So I will check back in when we've got the bottle green attached. So I've just started adding the Aran to the body now of the sirdar jewel spun, and I am absolutely obsessed. Look how lovely this is looking. I have never worked with this bonus Aran before, and I am absolutely made up with that stitch definition. It's so soft. It's really lovely to work with. There's like no like pull or drag. It's just so nice. It feels like quite buttery, like when you're like working it up. I am actually in love with this. I mean, I love bonus DK. Love the bonus hayfield bonus DK. So why did I thought I wouldn't like the Aran, or the Aran would be any different? Insane. Absolutely love it. It's starting to really come together. It actually looks really nice and really seamless. You can see, though, where I've been turning the work. So, obviously, this is working in the round, and this is where I start to turn the work. So, you are kind of getting that little bit of a line. Hi, Tilly. Oh, hi, baby girl. Hello. Sorry, you can hear Jackson going crazy in the background. So, yeah, there is that where you can start to see that difference. But, you know what? I don't really care. I wasn't going to be cutting off every single line and then starting a fresh one, so I'm just going to deal with it. So I've started doing the front pieces. I'm leaving 2 stitches so there's space for the zipper, so I don't want that zipper to get caught at all in like the yarn. Oh, couldn't get my words out then. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to work all the way up. I've basically got to the end of that last row, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that as it is. And yeah, we'll just crack on. I'm going to make these 2 parts, and I'm going to see how many rows it goes, and then I'll finish off the back. So here is where I'm up to with the front. I'm leaving this little gap because I'm really worried that the zipper will get caught. And also I'm going to be stitching on the zipper by crocheting around the zipper and then just like stitching on. So I don't know whether I'm going to end up doing single crochets in the middle. I'm just not too sure. But here is where I'm up to. This is the left side. I ran out of wool on the back, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the front, and then that'll dictate how I'm finishing off this little back panel. I got up at 6:30 this morning to try and get this done. My husband's been on nights this week, and it's just been a little bit intense. It's just been a little bit difficult. I've not hardly had a lot of time to sit and just crochet, because obviously I've just been like, me and Jackson have been hanging out. We've been doing lots and lots of things, and I've just not really had any time to just focus on this. So this morning, this is right now, it's it's sick. Well, it was 6:30 in the morning. I got up. It's now 8 o'clock, and I've just been finishing this off and finishing this off. And they're probably going to wake up in a few minutes, and then we're going to go round to the Weatherspoons and we're going to have breakfast, and it's going to be really, really nice. And then I'm going to my friend's 30th birthday party, and then tomorrow my friends are coming around and we're going to have a craft day, and it's going to be really fun, and we're doing book presentations, so that is going to be a really, 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 really fun day. I'm going to do a video on that and just kind of show you like my setup and all the little bits, because two of my friends, they don't crochet, so I thought it'd be a really, really cute video, kind of just like showing you the setup, having a little tea party. I'm very, very, very excited. Also, I hit 1,000 subscribers last night. Oh, so crazy, so happy, like genuinely, like so shocked, and genuinely to say thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to my content, and everyone has just been so kind. The last like few weeks, everyone's been commenting and just leaving like lovely messages, and I feel like I've made like lots of little crochet friends now, so it's like lovely. And just, yeah, I'm just proper like, I'm like, I know like 1,000 isn't like a giant like number in terms of like YouTubers, but to me that's massive. I'm like really shocked, and I'm just like, whoa. And it's so lovely just like getting feedback from everyone. So I'm gonna go put some makeup on now and do my hair and get out of my maxi, I call it my maxi fleece, which is basically a dressing gown, but it's like my maxi fleece. It's like a fleece and it goes all the way down to my ankles. It's just like, I'm just in my old lady era. I don't care. I'm just like sitting in my big chair. I'm wearing a giant maxi fleece from QVC from about 20 years ago. And I'm crocheting and I'm happy. Okay, so I have just finished the body part, and I am absolutely loving this, like so much. It feels so cozy. Obviously this looks a little gapey when you think about it. The zip is going to be in there, so I just love the way it fits. It fits like, it literally fits like perfectly. Like I can't even explain to you how perfect it actually feels. So obviously it's a little loose up here, but that's because of the way I've kind of like pinned it. I don't know if you can see. So imagine it's a little tighter around here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a collar onto here. So I'm going to make that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch these together. I'm going to stitch this here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all around here with a single crochet. And that way I'm going to know how many stitches I'm going to need to do for the actual collar part. So I'm going to do the collar part like this. I'm not going to do it. So imagine you're crocheting. I'm going to be crocheting like a long piece going around. All right, I'll be 2 minutes. But yeah, absolutely loving this. This is going to be such a staple when I go camping this year. Such a staple. Autumnal colours. I even think, to be honest with you, I even think the armpit is like a perfect size. It's like, I'm just so excited. I love it when I get to this part in a project where I just see everything coming together, and also just like the vibe with the hair, like the copper hair and the green. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so happy, so happy. So I have just finished stitching together the garment at the top. And now what I'm going to do after I've done this is I'm going to go around the collar with single crochets. And then that is going to give me the number of stitches that I need to do that sort of stand-up collar going around the neck. Okay, so I've just finished going around the collar with the single crochets, and it came to 102. So I'm either going to do the panel coming off and just kind of working, like, so I don't have to stitch it on, maybe. I might do that. I think that kind of would make sense in double crochets. But maybe I'll just do the panel separately and then stitch it. Yeah, no, I'm going to do it separately. Right, I'm going to start that now. So I've just finished doing the collar part. I've gone 5 rows. So now I'm going to stitch it onto the garment. I think this looks about right. So I've got this on over my dress. I'm absolutely made up. So that's kind of what it's going to look like when it's like zipped up. So happy with like the length of the collar. It feels so snuggly. Just need to do the sleeves now. never had luck stitching zips into things, so I've just been looking videos up, and this is what I've done. Is I've done a running stitch, and then I'm going to stitch it onto the garment that way, so it's kind of like hooking onto those stitches going through the zip. So we'll see how that goes. So I've just stitched the zip in. I was gutted because I didn't have a green zip. I did have a green zip, but it was a bit too short. But that brown is picking up these browns, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, I got a little, I was thinking of maybe like trying to like stitch along here. I was thinking I could do some single crochets, but I tried to do that and the stitches are just a little bit too tight. So I'm not sure. I've also got some ribbon as well that I might attach. I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, we will just see how this project goes. Tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the arms on. We'll start the arms and we'll go from there. Sleeve Island destination, here we come. So one thing I learned from my Sonic jumper was I've done a row of single crochet. I feel like that is going to make it a little neater when I'm doing that colour change going onto the sirdar jewel spun. I didn't like the way it looked it kind of looked a little bit jagged, if that makes sense. Like it didn't look like a neat row of stitches. And I think by just doing a row of single crochet around that armpit just makes that transition a little bit neater. So that is what we're going to do. I've done 84 stitches going around, so I'm going to try and match that on the other side. So this is coming together really, really quickly. Now, normally what I was going to do is I was just going to keep crocheting down, but I think I might do a little cuff because I don't really want this to be super wide. I want this to be like tight on the wrist, so I'm going to leave it there. It's gone 32 rows, so I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'm going to make a cuff in the green, and I might make a cuff at the bottom. But like, I am loving this right now. I can just see me camping with my beautiful crochet 3/4 zipper jumper, walking around the Lake District. I can just see it now. So happy. Okay, so I've just finished the sleeve. I've done a little cuff and it's looking so nice. I'm actually like shocked that the sleeve came up that quick. I basically had it done by last night. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other sleeve and then we're going to be finished. And I'm just like so happy. It's such a shame that that we're going now into summer, well, spring, so it's going to be getting warm soon, but this is going to be ideal because, you know, when you're camping and then it gets like really, really cold at night, this is just going to be like so nice for like sitting by the fire, being all cozy. Oh my gosh, I am just like so happy with this. It's actually turned out like so much better like than I actually thought that it was going to turn out. And I've even got, remember in the 14 years of yarn going through like my stash video, and I found that little piece of citrine that was on a keyring. I don't know whether I actually showed that in the video. I'm sure that I did. I got it in the Lake District and I've been kind of like waiting for something. I think I'm going to add it to the zipper so I can have a little bit of citrine on this jumper. Oh my gosh, that'd be like so cute. Right, let's get making the second sleeve. I've done my little cuff. Let's get going. So I've come to prep this morning. I'm going to meet my friend Liz for coffee. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be working on the cuff. I've got one cuff left to do. And I'm thinking if I can get it done today, then tonight I've only got 12 rows left on the arm. And then I can get it all stitched up and hopefully I can get the jumper finished tonight. So I'm going to crack on. I absolutely love about crochet is because it's not really messy. You can just get a little project and throw it in your bag, and this is like absolutely ideal for me. I really struggle just sitting there and not doing anything. I have to always be keeping my hands busy, whether that's drawing, whether that's writing or crochet. So this was ideal for me. I thought, right, I need to get this cuff done. And I'll just take it to work with me. I'll get the cuff done and then I can work on my other project. So today I actually had 2 separate projects and I sat waiting in prep, having a little coffee, and it was so relaxing. Just before work, just having that little moment of quiet time, doing something a bit meditative. So I have just got back from work and last night I managed to finish my 3/4 zip jumper. So happy. So I thought before I have to go pick up Jackson, I'm gonna show you what it's like. I'm so excited. I also, when I was going through all of my yarn stash, I found this. So I got this at the crystal shop in Ambleside. And I thought, how cute would this be attached to the zip? Like, it'll look so pretty. So let's put it on it and see what it looks like. So I'm doing this one-handed, so this might not go well. It's just on a little lobster clasp. So I'm going to try and attach this one-handed. Oh my goodness, am I going to be able to do it? Yay! Ah! Look how pretty that looks. Just like next to that green. How stunning is that? A little bit of citrine. Oh my, it's making me now think about the citrine sunrise, and I should go back and buy some more of these next time I go to the crystal shop, because I literally cannot go to the Lake District without going to the crystal shop. It's like a must. Okay, so I'm wearing the jumper. Oh my gosh, I'm not even being funny, right? I genuinely think this is one of the best things I have ever made. I mean that in terms of, obviously, the fit. It fits so snuggly and so nice. It's like the wools that I've chosen, the Aran. I don't normally work in Aran unless it's in the jewelspun citrine sunrise. The colours, the textures of the wool, the way it just sits right. Maybe if I was going to have one criticism, I might have maybe done an extra row on the sleeves, but that's easily fixable. If I'm wearing it and think, no, it's like I need to do another little kind of like row extra, then I can do that. I have just got images of me sat around the fire pit on a sort of lovely autumnal night, drinking a little hot toddy, sitting there all cozy with my little jumper on. I am so happy. I'm also really happy that I decided to splurge and buy the Aran wool in the bottle green, and that I didn't go for the khaki, because they were different weights and I just don't think it would have worked as much. I feel like I'm now going to live in this jumper. Like, I feel like I'm going to live in it. And I'm so happy. You know when you like see things and you're like, I was keeping this little piece of citrine. I was keeping this for a reason. I bought this back in January of 2022. I did a girls trip to the Lake District with my friends Liz and Sue, and we had such an amazing time. Now the crystal shop in the Lake District, the rock shop it's called, it's absolutely amazing. If you're in Ambleside, head towards the Salutations Hotel. It's just to the side of there. Upstairs, they have a dinosaur exhibition, which is really, really fun. It's like a scavenger hunt, which is like really great for the kids. They also have a giant big crystal bath that you climb in and you pick pieces of crystal. Again, aimed at children, but it's fun for grown-ups too. Every time I go there, I make a bracelet, because they have bracelet making, and they have such an amazing selection of jewellery and crystals. Obviously, it's the rock shop. But this, see, I have a big piece of citrine that I wear quite a lot, and this is just like a little mini version. So now I've got that on the zipper, and it just looks amazing. What I was thinking about doing is I was thinking about doing a little cover for this. When I've looked at this, when I picked this zipper out, I thought this zipper was brown. It's not, it's black. Again, it's not like an extreme criticism. I wish I had a green zip. That would have looked a lot nicer. And I think I could probably get that wool a little closer to the zipper next time, because you best believe your girl's going to be making another one of these 100%. This is me. This is me now. This is my cozy jumper life. I'm like obsessed. I love the fact that it's just got the little like cuff around here, so it's like you wouldn't have to wear a scarf if you were going on like a little walk. Like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. So happy. My husband, he now wants one, but he wants one in like a deep red wine on the chest, and then the arms and the body, he wants it to be in black. Can you guess what he's bounding as? Can you guess? There's a certain uniform that's two-toned from a certain sci-fi little television program that's been going since the 1960s. Have you got it yet? Star Trek! So instead of Disney bounding, he'll be Star Trek bounding. Because to, you know, the regular folks, it's just going to be a little two-tone, 3/4 zip little jumper But to those in the know, he's going to be Jean-Luc Picard. Fab is that. I thought, oh my god, I could do like a blue one, my little science officer. It'd be like so fab. Does anyone watch Strange New Worlds? Because genuinely, one of the best shows on television. Can't wait for the second series. I'm just like so hyped about it. Right, go back to the jumper. Oh, I'm absolutely knackered today. I've had a heck of a long day. I don't know whether I've actually ever said what I do for a job. I'm actually a tour guide. So half my time I'm in a building talking about things, and half my time I'm doing tours around Liverpool. So it gets quite tiring, and today has been one of those days, and it's been so bitterly cold down at the waterfront. Bitterly cold. So it would have been really nice today if I had a little cozy jumper like this. I have my work jumper, but it's not like this. It doesn't have the zhuzh around the neck. So maybe I'll make a black one to go with my uniform that I can wear. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, seeing me bring this together. I have started a Patreon. I'm not charging for it. I'm not charging for the Patreon. But what I thought it'd be really good, because I was talking about starting a blog, because a lot of people have been asking me about my berries and do I have a pattern for it, and I just don't know where to post it. So I thought I'll start a Patreon, and what I'll do is I can put me links to my YouTube videos on the Patreon as well. But anything that goes with that video, like if there's a pattern or maybe like a picture of my journal, so you can kind of see my workings out, putting that on there. So if you ever want to attempt something like this, you've got something that's more wrote down, if that makes sense. Because I can kind of show you like the body and the patterns. I think I showed a still of it at the start, but I'll write all like the amount of stitches that I did and write it all down. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to start uploading everything to Patreon. So I'll put the link for my Patreon in the bottom of this. But yeah, it's all free, not charging, not doing tiers, nothing like that anytime soon. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think it's nice? Do you think it's one of the best things I've ever made? I do. Remember, if you like crochet, if you like crafting, if you like art, if you like all those things, if you just like hearing a mad scousel and waffle on, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a like. Have a wonderful day, whatever you are getting up to, or a wonderful evening, whatever you're getting up to, and I will see you in the next video.